Alright, so we got some progress. One second. Hello. So today we got some progress to show off. This is like technically day one of recording, but I've been working on this for like 3 days. Um, Big thanks to my friend Kaden for pretty much ironing out all the bugs for this leader page. All the images you see here are placeholders. They're not actually going to be representative of the final product. So yeah. Flexing my black eyes here. So yeah, this is what we got so far. You know, pretty poggers. It's a React app. Um, this is a work in progress as well. Um, this can be all the units, and eventually you should be able to edit the image, like edit the units and the leaders and everything. May even include other stuff as well. But yeah, this is what I got so far. Here's if I ever show the code. So this part was the whole thing here was my good old fashioned friend Caden. He made a whole bunch of code here. Honestly, I think he did an amazing fucking job. Compared to what I was doing, my method was having a const with all the factions, and then having another array of the unit icons, not the unit, the leader icons. So yeah, the leader or faction icons, I need to add them, but previous version of this had them, but at that time it didn't look like this. But yeah, Caden absolutely cooked here. This is what I've been working on. I've been working on the units page, and right now it's looping through a bunch of factions. And then this down here will eventually be seeded with the units JSON file under service. JSONs are temporary placeholder database. We're going to switch over to Python Fast API because why not? Python, give it a shot, you know. So yeah, this is the React app, by the way. Let's show off the CSS because CSS is a pain. So many problems using Swiper and CSS because you can't really change a whole bunch of the styling for the buttons and things. Kind of annoying, but that's kind of like the pro and cons to using libraries like that. Leaders page CSS, and then the homepage CSS, which was quite fun because it's just easy messing around with Flexbox, FlexWrap, instead of worrying about all the craziness that comes with using a third-party library. Here's the leaders. Already showed that. Units. Already showed that. That's what I wanted to show. Here's the button. So this is what the units basically are going to look on. This was a pain to work with CSS, bro. Especially getting an image, you have to use like float left and float right. I don't like using those, but you know, we use them. Essentially, this is the button. You hover over the button, and it will show you the tier, the name, and the unit type. So yeah, pretty good. The nav bar, self-explanatory, uses the React router, I believe it was. React router DOM. React router, essentially. Um, yeah, that's so far we got. Can't wait to move on to the skill tree thing. We're going to have a skill tree page. And then I'm probably I think before I like make an edit form and be able to edit everything, we need to get the first vertical slice where we get the front end looking good, and then we get all the pages we need. We may even begin styling the forms of which we need to edit. even show edit page and stuff. And then we moved it to the database with Python Fast API because we rather have the website. Because the second one is going to be obviously the second one's probably either going to be we edit things using the JSON files, and then we move to a database as our vertical slice 3, right? And that's what we're kind of juggling at the moment. I think we should just get the website looking good with all like the data with JSON's placeholder anyways, and then we move on to the database. And then we work on the editing and stuff, because then you would have the database. And you would know the database would work because it would display the data from the database. Because you gotta get the get and post and all of that. So yeah, well, it's been fun thinking about all this, and yeah. Where's the GitHub? We have a GitHub page for it, which is pretty nice. Again, this whole thing is still a work in progress. Who's Caden's little thingy? And yeah, poggers.